I'm Victor Brooks, and welcome back to the Victor Brooks Show Facebook Live Quarantine Series. You know what? I just want to start this off by just simply saying I love you and I thank you. We all do, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself, of course, and our co-producers, Christopher Brooks, Julie McKnight, and the incredible Wendy Vaughn. We're doing nothing but sending that love right out there to you. And I know some people have already said, and you see me looking down because I am starting my watch party, and I want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. And it looks like I am. So I'm learning. I'm learning every day. But I've already started to get text from people that saying, hey, we're on. I have the game on the TV, and I'm watching the Positivity Posse, the Victor Brooks Show on my iPad or another device. But I thank you so much, y'all. And for those of you who are going to join us later in the evening, you know, after the game and all of that, thank you for even thinking about us to come back, because, you know, we're not the big boys. It's CNN and, you know, the big BET networks or what have you. We're just a small group of four that we believe our power is in our positivity, you know, and that the power of the journeys that the people who have taken their time to come on and join us every Sunday. This is our year's week for the show. But we're up to, I think, about 55, 56 episodes of 56 guests who have taken their time to come on and spend this 45 minutes to an hour with us. We thank you so much, you know. And it's an extra special weekend because it's one of our producers' birthday. It was my sister, my blood sister, my baby sister, Julie McKnight. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, girl. To an incredible mother, daughter, one of the most 100% artists that I know. I mean, mind, body, and soul. This woman is an artist, a giver to the world. Just an angel of a soul. And yes, that's my sister, and I'm gonna brag on her because I love her and I'm proud of her. So happy birthday, girl, all of us, from Chris, Wendy, and all the Positivity Posse on here. Thank you for what you do and bring to this show every week, Julie. Thank you so much. Well, today, you all, you know, we have an incredible, another incredible episode that I'm happy about. You see the smile, because it's really like a family affair today. We have the one and only Mr. Christopher Mann. Actor, producer extraordinaire, who's going to come and share his journey. And you've loved his work over the years, and when we read the credits and the bios that you love when we do the bio thing, you'll remember and you'll co-sign on the incredible artistry of Christopher Mann. And then when you get into this talk today, you'll see that soul that bounces through, that just comes through the soul that we've seen on screen, but then seeing it one-on-one. That's the beauty of these episodes as well. We're able to sit and talk, you know, about, of course, their journey, but hear what's on that person's heart, you know? And it's just a wonderful episode. I can't wait to bring it to you today. But come on, Sister Wendy, incredible Wendy Vaughn, join me for these shout outs, won't you please?
I will, please. Hello. And happy belated birthday. I know I said it yesterday, but Auntie Julie, happy birthday. Oh, she just literally, if it wasn't for Auntie Julie, I wouldn't have gotten into my arts high school out here in Los Angeles. It's called LOXA, the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts. And it's like a fame. Everybody there does their academics the first half, and then afterwards they go into doing all of their art stuff. And to get in, I did People Make the World Go Round. Dad played, and the only rendition I didn't even know stylistics. It's all about Auntie Julie. Because she was the one that it was her version.
from the baked potato days.
Yes, it was
an arrangement on that. And ladies and gentlemen, you know who her daddy, Wayne Vaughn, writer, producer, and just one of the most incredible souls in the world. But he did an arrangement of the stylistics People Make the World Go Round. live instrumentation and said, because, you know, Julie's baby sis, Wayne's big brother, all of us. And he was like, this is your tune, Ju. And that's what Wendy's referring to. And you did that one?
Yeah, that's what I did to get in. It was Auntie Julie's version, you know, that I learned seeing after middle school, watching her perform at night. Boy, that was awesome. And they said, oh, you got in. I was like,
well,
so yes.
Anyway, you can sing the ABCs. So what's happening this week? Who's chiming in with us? I see already we have Chicago in the house.
Yes.
Brazil's in the house today.
Yep.
Somebody just put on the line, Loving, 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 you know, one of Chris's major movies on Netflix right now. And thank you so much, Shirley. Appreciate you. Yeah.
I love that. Well, we have Los Angeles is in the house today. We have Ashley Camden tuning in. She and her husband and all of their beautiful girls out there in like Thousand Oaks. They come every Sunday. My girlfriend Sloan from Glendale, she's here. Yes, we got, oh my God. And they all have been at the Baked Potato and the Canyon Cafe. So they know all the Brooks. They like, that's like our East Coast Bond family. Of course, the Emotions, they come every single week. And this particular weekend, Mom is in Vegas and she's still on here watching. She's blowing me up now on my text messages. So if you see me looking down, that's what that is.
One of the Emotions. And I always love to say how proud I am that she was the first one to take her time to kick off the quarantine series, part of the show. Remember that?
Yes.
And we're still getting raves and the numbers of the views are still, that shows that love.
Yes.
Members, you know, that have for Wanda and the Emotions. Thank you, Wanda. I love you, sis. I love you. And you know what I want to do, Wendy? I want to give a shout out and I want to show my t-shirt. Can y'all see this? 7 digits, 2 commas.
I like that.
Arrow going up. Now, 7 digits, 2 commas is started by, and once again, I always have to preface, you know, these shout outs that we give, no one's paying us to do these, you know, but it's something that whenever we see something or come to be introduced to something, an idea or a theme or a movement, Wendy, Julie, Chris, and I love to give that support, you know.
Absolutely.
We understand business is business, but then also love is love. And giving that shout out is giving that shout out. And Wendy, Cardell Rawlins, okay, this young brother's not even 30 years old yet. Wow. And he's playing professional football also out in Japan, but he's from Smithfield, North Carolina. All right. Oh. And I've seen this young brother grow since he's like 10 years old. Okay. And this 7 digits, 2 commas, which you can follow at www.7digits2commas.com. Nice. What it is, it's putting our young people, Wendy, in the mindset of a millionaire. It's teaching how to invest. It's teaching how to take what you have and the gifts that you have, promote yourself, find what works for you, and then create a wealth for yourself that will last for yourself and your generations. It's just a young person that's doing something.
I love that. You know, that's near and dear to my heart because we work with most of the students that I'm working with are anywhere between 18 to that 26, 7 years of age range. Mm-hmm. Hearing a young brother out there doing his thing, that just warms my heart. Absolutely. Right. I love that.
We're trying to get his schedule together where he can come on and we can do, because we were talking back and forth. We'd like to start doing some, because it's a positive thing when we can show young people who have that entrepreneurial spirit, that positive thing, you know?
Heck yes. I mean, really what it is too, because they're the ones that are going to be taking it. I believe the children are our future. Mm-hmm. And they have a different command on the other youngins in that age range. See, if we come at it, you know, even though I still think I'm kind of sort of young, but not when I drop something like, oh, remember Jerry Maguire? And it's crickets because all my students are like 18. I'm like, dang. So this young man, he's the kind of voice they need to hear, and he'll have a different effect. So I love it. I would love to do that.
Yeah, Candace Woodson just gave shout out. Candace, thank you, girl, for joining us again. Our newest Positivity Posse member.
I love that. Thank you for that. What would the lonely do for Christmas, boy? Beautiful rendition.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. Well, we are ready for Christopher Mann,
We
sister.
ready. Oh,
We've got him today.
I can't wait to hear his bio. Loving, that is the next thing. I got Loving and The Nomads on the Prime, on Amazon Prime. So those are his two movies that I will be watching today and tomorrow, for real.
Love you, Wendy.
Please. Thank you so much. I will.
We're going to get knee deep into this positivity, this man positivity today.
I love that. All right. See you. All right. Bye.
Got it. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it today. We are, and I hear it from you all as well. When you see these smiles and you feel this energy that comes at you every Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Pacific, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:00 p.m. Central Time, it's from the heart. Like I said, this is not something that, this is not our livelihood or whatever. We just love coming on here and sharing positivity with you amidst all the craziness that's going on. I mean, we all have seen even what happened just a couple of days ago in DC, Chocolate City itself, you dig? But when we can take this time away and just get together and share some smiles, share some stories, share some laughters, it may get deep for a second, but we're always going to try to wrap it up in a bow of positivity, And today we're not going to drop the ball on that with you again today. And I see Brazil's in the house. Muito obrigado, Brazil. Muito obrigado por seu tempo. Thank you for joining us in your time today. Astrid Wonder Jamal. Hey, it's 10 p.m. in Paris, she said. But Paris has turned out today as well. Astrid Jamal has an incredible 17 at 7 Jazz Emporium, an educational program, production format that's keeping that tradition of music, of that beautiful tradition of jazz alive. Merci beaucoup, Astrid, for all that you're doing out there. Let me get this bio at you today, y'all. Christopher Mann, best known for his role as Councilman Tony Gray on the HBO critically acclaimed drama series, The Wire, still one of my favorites. Since his television debut on NBC's Homicide: Life on the Streets, Chris has built an impressive list of acting credits in television and film. He has appeared on television shows such as Law and Order, SVU, and Criminal Intent, Heroes, Kidnapped, Blue Bloods, House of Cards, Mind Hunters, and more. Right on. He also has had appearances in films such as Michael Clayton, Duplicity, The Bourne Legacy. He can be seen on streaming services in supporting roles in the Oscar-nominated film Loving. Come on, y'all, it's on Netflix right now. Starring Joel Edgerton and Ruth Negga. The film Nomads, starring Tika Sumpter and Tate Donovan, and in a small reoccurring role as Dr. Vance Markbanks in the Disney Plus series The Right Stuff, starring Patrick J. Adams and Jake McDoman. Y'all, Christopher Mann, and I told you before I bring this brother on, this is like a family affair today, because I had the pleasure of meeting Chris Mann through my brother, Christopher Brooks, when my brother was at the Philadelphia Film Office there in Philly. And from introduction of Chris Mann, off screen, that energy, that power that we feel was there in my face, and I understood why. I have loved his work, and millions of others have too. Please help me welcome right now, the one and only, down to earth and out of sight cat, Mr. Christopher Mann. Chris, are you there?
Yes, sir.
There he is.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Chris?
Hey, how you doing, my brother? Good to see you, man.
It's such a pleasure to have you on today.
Absolutely. Oh, man, I appreciate you having me, man. I really do. Yes. This is right down my alley. You know that, right?
I got you. And you know what? Sir. And I know we're going to get knee deep into your body of work. But let me tell you something. Right behind your head, I see the just some of the body of work.
Right.
That Chris Mann has blessed his talent and artistry through, man. First of all, much respect. Much respect, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Just blessed, man, to do what I like to do, what I love to do. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Chris, I always ask our guests when they come on, the first thing I like to start out with is, man, what's your positive? What keeps you happy, man?
What keeps me happy? Well, you know what? I mean, I love that question, man. What keeps me happy and actually elevated above the physical realm of things that we see around us is knowing your connection to the source, to God, to your energy that keeps you, the thing the battery that's in you that keeps you moving. Yeah. That's God, man. That energy that you feel, that thing, and understanding that we as human beings are the only creation God made that he gave choice to. Everything else follows the laws of nature. So you choose to be happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anything that you speak into your own universe, into your own world is your reality. So that's what keeps me there, because it's my choice to do it. It's nobody else's. The thing is to be in control of yourself.
You
know what I'm saying? If outside circumstances and things affect the way you feel and change your emotions and everything, then that owns you. Yeah. So don't let it own you. You own your own self. You own your own feelings and everything else. So that's my source right there. Just that alone, just knowing that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right on, man. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. And when you get a chance to look back, you got the heart signs going. You got the love, just that love thing that the hearts just keep going up.
Yeah.
What touches the soul, because that now and that kind of coincides with your agape movement, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I back in 2011. This is like just going through life, man. Like life throws a lot of stuff at you. You know what I mean? So you're looking for the light. You're trying to find the light. And speaking about the Creator, he gave us this choice, and he loved us unconditionally, and that's what we're supposed to do for each other, because we're part of this universe, right? Universe is one, which means we're all part of one thing. It's one big living organism that we're all part of, and we should take care of each other and love each other the same way the Creator loved us. So in 2011, I came up with the concept of agape. I'm gonna stand up just a little bit so you can see the logo.
Please.
There it is, agape, forever unconditional. And so I sell that on Teespring. So what it is, when people wear it, if you understand the concept of agape and what it means, and just the thought of that those words.
Break that down for us, brother. Give us your thing of agape itself.
Agape is unconditional love. It transcends. It has no boundaries. It serves. Yeah. It's unconditional love. This is life itself, to be totally honest. It's actually the answer to a lot of issues that we see in the world right now. See, we living through trying to deal with man's creations. Like men have created divisions between each other, through race, color, creed, and all those different things. But if you get past that to the core of who we really are, man, we would love each other, man, because that's the only way to get beyond these things, man. That stuff is all temporary. to be totally honest, it's all temporary. In the end, we know. I don't know anybody that says they've been here forever. What I mean? We all eventually have to leave this place. This is a temporary stopping ground that we come to experience life and to gain understanding and knowledge and elevate ourselves. That's what we're here to do.
That's great, man. That's powerful in its own point, brother. And honestly, it looks, and I keep looking at just the body of work behind you. Your body of work has a lot to do with positivity and empowerment and brotherhood and family. And I mean, just with Loving and North Star and your character, the Doctor and Creed, and your whole thing, brother. Is that, do you choose roles that specifically have that positive thing, or what's your thing behind that?
As far as, I'm glad you asked that question, Vic. I'm almost to the point where I feel like, there's the law of attraction. Yes. and my spirit seems to attract these projects, and I end up booking them. and it's not even to my doing. It's just who I am, and it's funny because I'm just read for something recently, and I'm praying I get this one because it's right down the same alley. You're gonna love it if I get this piece, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, I think it's just what I draw to me. You know what I mean? It's just that attraction that I have through my consciousness or subconsciousness, if you will. And yeah, and I'm glad to be a part of these because most of these stories are really relevant to society and our world around us. Even the North Star, if you see that one over me, that was a true story too, based on a slavery story. Even though I play a villain in there, but the overall storyline itself, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
The whole thing that gives us what we need of your films, man.
Absolutely.
You know, it's there. My wife and I were talking about that we walk away from your work, Chris, with a feeling of like, even if we didn't know you, we see your work. We're like, I feel like if I didn't know him, I feel like I would know him. You know, that identity, that feeling that comes across. Well, number one, like my sister Julie, who's just our happy birthday girl, was born in Pottstown, PA.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday too.
Philly goes deep with us, and I know just Philly in itself. There's a reason why they call it the city of brotherly love.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
For me, there's a feeling and a thread through Philly, man, and that's where you're from, right? Let's start there. Are you from Chester? Philly,
yeah.
Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Chester, PA. Started life early there in Chester, and you know, everybody knows the story of Chester. You know, its reputation. It's a pretty tough town. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of love there, though, man. I'm telling you, the people in Chester are genuine, man. I love my hometown. Yes. And then eventually, as time went on, I ended up moving to Philly. I went to school in Philly. I lived in Mount Airy for a while, and enjoyed that too. I mean, to me, it's still all one thing. I mean, Philly, Chester is just a suburb. Really, it's not. It's no real, division. People like to point fingers, but it's all the same thing. It's all the same. Seriously, it really is, man. But yeah, I love this. I love this area. Like you said, there's a thread through this whole thing. Like there's a commonality with the people, man. There's a love there that I don't know. It's home.
It's home.
No matter where I go, this is still going to be home, you know.
And with that foundation that you're coming from, man, and when I watch, I said, like, okay, let's take your character, Father and Loving. Okay. And brother, I learned the word that I am. I thought I was an introvert, but I found out I'm an ambivert. Okay. I got a little extrovert in me and I got a little introverted in me, right?
Right.
I found out a lot of us artists do. We have that same kind of a thing. But
I have that too. I really do.
You know, that's why I wanted to preface it, because I know how it feels, but we give love on this show, man. The people like yourself and others take their time to come on, man. But we just give that love and respect. Like character and Loving as the father. You have a way in your, how can I say, your acting style, your delivery or what have you, that there are moments that you can deliver your, not even a line, but with the silences, with an expression, with the look of an eye. Because I remember one scene in Loving when your daughter and her husband were driving and you were sitting in the back seat. And you guys were, and he thanked, and I think your daughter asked you, Dad, what's the city like, or something like that. And there wasn't a lot of dialogue on your side. And then even the husband said, he thanked you for coming with him. And just your expression and the look in your eye, we could feel that. Is that actual? What is that thing? Is that something, you really have to dig into it, because like you said, there's not a lot of dialogue there. So you have to bring what's not on the page to that moment. You have to really be in that moment. And fortunately, I mean, I've studied and everything, and I can relate to those moments, man, with, when things are going on that you don't really agree with, but you're giving your support because they need you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And in that moment, that's where he was. He's like, that's his daughter. He loves her, and he respects Richard, but I know what y'all doing. This may backfire. Okay. You know what I mean? But I don't want to say, I don't want to be that doubting Thomas to put any negativity on this moment that you're trying to have. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he is with that. You know what I mean? And the power of that movie, Chris, what you all did, man, I'm just curious to know, even in the filming of it, were subjects raised between the actors, or were there conversations about racism and decades of timeline that went on?
Wow. Hey, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, first of all, like from the PAs all the way to the executive producers, everybody was vested in this. Wow. I mean, I think the story itself and the importance of it meant so much to everyone. I mean, I talked to the crew members who worked on like Spider-Man and the Marvel comics, all these multi-million-dollar projects, and they said they'd rather be there shooting something like that than doing those movies. You know what I'm saying? Because because of what it really meant, they all knew it. There were questions about racism during the shooting. I got followed the first day on set because we were in the backwoods of Virginia, up in Caroline County. And I had to drive the car back to Richmond to the hotel, and I got followed out by a cop car off of this back road out there by myself. I'm riding down the road. The car comes to the intersection. He sees me and he pulls behind me, and I go, "Oh man," I said, "Not now." You know what I mean? Really? You know what I mean? So I watch it in my mirror, make sure I'm on the speed, make sure there's no reason for him to say anything. I'm not going to touch the line or anything. Yeah. And then I see him stop. So I said, "Oh, well, maybe he decided to leave me alone." 5 minutes later, I look back up. It was two cars behind me. Like he waited for another cruiser, and they both pulled behind me and followed me all the way out to the main road, man.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
now,
bro.
This happened during the filming of Love.
My first day after I left set, man. I was like, "Are you kidding me, man?" That thing had me shook for a minute, because I mean, I've been stopped before. I've been stopped. Matter of fact, my first trip to LA, I got stopped in Oklahoma. Okay. Had me on the side of the road for about driving 2.5. Yeah, just driving through. I think it's Route 40. I'm out there for about 2.5 hours, man. They had a dog come sniff my car, make me walk 20 paces in front of the car to watch him. They went through all my stuff, man.
That's you, man. Now, see, with all of that happening, right? And then filming that character and that time of life, that period of life of what was happening. Yeah. And especially when was that at the beginning of the movie when this happened to you, during it, or at the end? Did you pull from that experience?
That was toward the beginning of the film. Yeah. Trust me, I had a lot to use.
Yeah, I got you.
They gave me some fresh material, man.
I got you, man. I got you. But see, even in the fact where we can, sit here and discuss it now. I know as a black father, I have two sons. All right. 127. I had that talk when they were, youngster, even, preteen, early teen, or what have you. And I know you have sons, right?
I have one son and 3 daughters, and I've had to talk with. We talked to all of them. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah. Now, how did that go with you, man? How did that experience happen?
My son was like attentive. He sat there and listened. He didn't. I had one of my daughters, and I'm not mentioning the name, but she thought that some of the things we were saying was a little over the top because she hadn't really witnessed it. The racism, she didn't think that it was as severe as we were speaking about. And this was years ago now. I mean, she's in her 20s now, but she was younger then. Right. And now, she's so awake and she sees it and is like, wow, she knows now that we were not pulling her leg with this. It's we really want you to pay attention. It's serious. The country was really built on this same mentality. You know what I mean? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So, we talking deep roots in this. You know what I mean? This ain't something that just happened. You know what I mean? So, the hardest thing is to change people's way of thinking, man. It's really hard to get through that. That's a tough shell that they built on this thing. And but for us, see what I do, just like the other day you mentioned in DC, all that stuff that was going on there, and we saw the difference of how they handled that as opposed to Black Lives Matter movements and all that kind of thing. But what we have to understand is, and a lot of people who are in charge do understand this too, that the way you think, and like I said before about controlling your emotions, they know that if they can do things that can disturb you and cause you to get angry and mad, that all that does is send those same vibrations out into the universe to bring that same attitude back to you.
I got you, man.
You understand what I'm saying? The universe doesn't know right from wrong. All it does is give back what you put out. So if they do negative things and you react to it because you're not in control of yourself, now you just activated some negativity into your life that you don't even need because of something that somebody else did.
Come on now.
So ourselves, we as we as individuals, we got to uplift and elevate the rest of us. You know what I mean? We got to stay there. Don't let the little bad boy in the corner get you in trouble in class. They put him in the corner with a dunce hat on him, man. You let him sit over there. Don't give him that attention. You know what I mean? Keep your mind and your thoughts where you want life to be for yourself and everyone around you. And the universe answers that back too, because that's the vibration you're putting out.
That's right. That like you just went back to like the movie, the works that we see behind you, how that positivity just somehow seems to,
Yeah, man.
And I have to give it up to our Helena Titus. Helena Titus out in LA has a powerful program, man, for young people and this spiritual journey. She doesn't really preach at you, but
right.
she gives you what you need for your soul,
Right. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Helena, for always joining us on here, girl.
Awesome.
But you're getting when you just broke down what you said, you got some amens happening, you got the speak happening, you got what's going on,
All right.
So,
all right.
When did the acting bug hit you, Chris? How old were you? Where did that
Oh, wow, man. It's funny. Back in high school, I dabbled with it just a little bit in high school. I actually I choreographed some plays, some dances and plays and whatnot, and just dabble, not too serious, because I was in Chester High School, you know what I mean? And I was an athlete too. I ran track, and being in plays really wasn't the coolest thing when you was in the hood, what I mean? Okay. So I dabbled with it, I did some pop locking, that was cool,
There you go. That's it. Because everybody can't pop lock.
Exactly. Especially back then, it was just coming out, you know what I mean? So I was on top of things then,
There you go.
So, but then after I came home from Virginia State, man, and I guess it was like in 84, 85, I think I started taking commercial classes. Then I got into theater classes, and I started hooking up with casting directors, taking their courses and whatnot. And I drove back and forth to LA 4 times.
Okay.
Over the years, did seminars there, classes, and then start booking work, and it just starts, it's a snowball effect, man. Once the bug gets you, but the first thing, once the bug gets you, you messed up. But being honest with yourself as to like, can I really do this? That's the aha moment when you realize, okay, I got this one. This is you know what I'm saying? Because everything's not meant for everybody. We all have different gifts, you know what I mean? So you got to try it out first, you know what I mean, and see if it really fits. And if it don't, man, you got to be honest with yourself, you know what I mean? And but you had that aha moment. You go, okay, I got this, So and then you just keep going, man. And then fortunately, I've been blessed to work with like George Clooney, you know what I mean, Clive Owens, and Glenn Turman, and guys on The Wire, man. So I've been in the, around a lot of great talent, man. So you learn it's just like playing ball. You play up to the people that you're playing with. If they're good, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to play down. So I've played up. I've got a chance to play hoop with some bad boys,
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. That is the epitome of wisdom right there. Brother, you can tell. But you know what? They're already on the feed, a couple of people, and this is what we do. I have my line that I like to talk to people, but then I also watch what people are asking too. And there's already been 3 people that want to know, what was your first professional gig? What was your first gig?
Oh, okay. That's Baltimore has been very, very good to me. Okay. So my first professional gig was Homicide: Life on the Streets. I had Homicide: Life on the Streets. They shot that in Baltimore. Right. And I had a 3-day guest star spot. It paid for my dues and everything to join the union. It was yeah. I mean, they beat me up a little bit because I got shot. I got shot on that episode. And it was February in Baltimore, and I had to lay on the ground with a squib on. It's wet.
Right.
Yeah, I got frostbite out there. I got frostbite.
I'm paying dues.
That was dues. Yeah, that was dues.
I want to know. I want to ask you this too, man. You brought up a point that you would go back and forth to LA and here. How is it being in, and I remember when my brother was casting in LA before he went to Philly, there were a lot of people that would come from, of course it's LA, people are coming in to do their thing. Right. And that thing of living outside of LA as an actor, producer, and then the whole thing of work and finding work, the availability of work. Yeah. How did that coincide? Was that ever an issue with you over your career?
Oh, it's always an issue.
Not living in LA, that is.
Yeah, right. Not living in LA is an issue because I mean I guess it's the establishment who makes it a law that you have to be here in order to get work. But I mean this is 2021 and the world has become so much smaller. And technology has made it so easy. I mean, I don't have to be there to read for anybody anymore. You know, I can read anywhere around the world at this point. You know what I mean? And especially and the pandemic has proved that to be true too, because most casting offices aren't even open right now. They all they accept is videotapes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, for me, this has been like a long overdue thing for for convenience of people. I mean, everybody's got a life to live. I mean, I got my kids and my family here. You know what I mean? And at that time when I did all the traveling back and forth, I always went by myself. And you had to leave the family here. You know what I mean? And but for me, it would have been too much of a burden to try to move everybody there and try to find a place for them to go to school and it's just a lot. Right. So I bit the bullet and I had to go back and forth because I didn't want to be an absentee father even in the midst of that.
Come on, brother.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's supposed to be our thing anyway. The daddy ain't there. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Right. But you know what, Chris? That just shows that other part of your personality and your soul, brother. That dedication to your family. To yourself, and then also finding what feeds you, your artistry as well, man. Much respect on that, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Yeah. I love my family, man. You know what I mean? I mean, truthfully, what else is there, man? You know what I mean?
Come on.
The industry can fold one day and their family's still there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So but I mean, now I will say that it's possible. I don't like claiming bad things, but it is possible that I probably could have been further in my career had I bought everybody there, or whatever the case may have been. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a sacrifice to keep them here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I can identify with that even in the music thing, brother. I can.
Okay. Yeah.
And but that's why I can co-sign on that respect I'm giving right now. And when you look at that back here, when we got here we go. Oh, Judge Patty Titus, thank you so much out of LA. She just said, thank you for your dedication to your family and to your craft as a positive role model. Much respect, Judge Patty. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, man, that's love. But you making my day here, man.
Come on, brother. I mean, I have these, Chris. I have them right here, man, because it's when you hear people who come at you on the street, your fans, your followers, your supporters, man, and they tell you, and I know that I've had it when we started the promos. I started getting the emails and the phone calls. Man, I had a chance to meet this brother here and he was just so down to earth. Or,
oh yeah,
I had a chance to meet him and he took pictures with me and my family and da. Now, see, I from a personal note, that means so much because growing up, Chris, Julie, and I, man, had the opportunity to grow up under people like Ali and Little Richard and those type of, and their main thing was you take the time to say hello, to sign those autographs,
that's right,
to take those pictures. Where did you learn that? Or is it something that you didn't even learn? It was just who you are, that you give that respect to your fans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just being me, my back in college, my roommate, he used to call me a social whore. You know what I mean? I just like to be around people. Like when we go to parties, I talk to everybody. Hey. And I just refuse to change who I am. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, anybody that shows you any love because of the work that you do, I mean, that's not automatic. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm gracious for you even thinking about me to that degree or appreciating my work. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got to take time to do that, man. And like you said, and that also is giving off that same vibe. You give them back something good, they go home feeling good. You felt good too.
Come on. And I mean, these were people who remembered it from years ago. They were like, we had when you did SUV and you were doing, days and all that. Yeah. So that stuck with that person, which takes me to why we even do this, Chris. We know that negativity is powerful. We just saw that at Chocolate City a couple of days ago.
Crazy, right? Man, crazy.
But if we can remember that positivity is just as powerful and is sometimes even more powerful.
It is more powerful. It is, man. It definitely is. I mean, if you measure it in degrees, positivity is much more stronger than negativity. It is. I mean, it's just what it is. And that's why I say, as long as you stay in control of yourself, man, understand who you are and your connection to the source. And you know, people say you believe, make sure you believe this. No, know it. It's not even just believing, it's knowing it. You have to claim it to the degree where so as a man think and believe in himself, so shall he be.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on. Right on.
Know it. Don't guess. Don't, because if you guess, now you waver and you give it options for other things to come in. Know it. I mean, and it's not to say that it's that easy. I mean, it sounds simplistic in theory. It's work. That is the work. That is the work that we have to do. The work is in the mind, man.
The work.
Break
that down. That's heavy. What do you mean? I mean,
It is the work, because I mean, day in and day out, you're constantly confronted with negativity, man. With a bill that hasn't been paid on time. You know what I mean? One of your kids did something that didn't. Oh man, he got a flat tire or had an accident. I mean, just it's constant things, man. Cable got cut off. You know what I'm saying? And Trump. Oh my God, we had 4 years of that. You know, you know what I mean? So. But you have to combat that on a spiritual level, because what you're really doing is you're working from the eternal part of you. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Life on this earth in this physical realm is all temporary. So the eternal part of you is where you operate. You know, God spoke everything into existence. We speak everything into our own universe and our own experience. He gave us that gift. That's the gift that we have. Speak that thing, live it, know it. You know what I'm saying? Understand it. There's only one. There's only one God. Yes. He created everything. Truthfully, everything really belongs to him. You know, what we experience every day is people using their powers the wrong way, their mind. You use your mind the wrong way, then it's just like it's like a thermostat. Yeah. You know what I mean? One end is burning up hot, it's 100 degrees, the other end is freezing. You got to decide which side of that you're going to be on. It's all different dimensions of the same thing, temperature.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? So you choose which side of that you want to be on. You stay on the positive side of that. Don't go down the bottom. Get out of there.
Get out of there. That's a get out of there. That's what my brother always like. Get out of there. That's right. And that's right. Okay, Candace Woodson said, amen. You guys represent what is the core of our purpose. It costs you nothing to give love. This is so powerful. She said, right on, Candace, an incredible singer and artist. Helena Titus said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
There you go. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Cassandra Williams said, yes, speak it, I know it. And actually, Cassandra is the mother of the young brother that I just gave the shout out to.
Okay.
Mullins, who started the 7 digits 2 commas.
Nice.
That just gives a testament to a parent that passed, what she passed down to her son. And
right.
Now he's giving it back to his age group, brother.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, man. That's what you got to do. You got to be the example. because a lot of times, some people aren't ready to hear the message. Right. Yeah. So you live the example and then let them come to you, because eventually they're gonna be like, well, what are you doing? Right. You know what I'm saying? And that because you live the example, then you can sell them, and then they because they're more open to it. Now they came to you. You don't push it on anybody.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, I have to ask you, okay, Creed, we know the incredible Rocky dynasty. Okay?
Yeah, that's something.
Man, you are part of that dynasty with Creed.
I know.
2, okay? How does that, first of all, let's start there. Number one is your hometown Philly. Okay.
Right,
and
right.
Giving that love to Philly, giving that love to that dynasty, brother. How does that feel, first of all, to know that you are part of the brotherly love film experience?
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, and the greatest part was I could just roll out of bed and go to work. I had to catch a plane. I didn't have to get a limo. I had to do nothing. You know what I mean?
There you go.
It was fun, man. It was fun. You got to work with Tessa Thompson, man. That was great, man. She's a heck of an actress, man. I just saw her in something recently that blew me away, man. Sylvie's Love. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
Oh man, I loved it. She did a great job in that, man. But yeah, it was fun to work with her, man. And yeah, it was,
much respect, man.
Stephen Caples, it was fun. That was his first major production that he directed, so it was a pleasure working with him. Yeah, man.
Okay, and then Michael B. Jordan doing his thing.
Oh yeah, well, that's Wire family right there.
That's Wire family. That's right. With Wire, man, Wire set it off. stylistically, in a lot of our opinions, as far as the fans, the lay workers, the ones that don't know the industry, that production technical thing. But from the outside looking in, when you guys hit with The Wire, man, that was like, it was like, boom, it was real to the real of the real. You couldn't get no realer. But then it also had its positive side, man. I mean, how does it, was that the same kind of a thing do you feel that Wire set a precedence in television or in production at that time as well? Do you see it work today?
Yeah, it did. I worked on another project, an indie film, not too long after I did The Wire, and I can't remember the guy's name. Oh God, I got junior Alzheimer's. It kicks in every now and again. But anyway, the gentleman came from England. He played Pinhead in that old horror film back in the day. But anyway, Doug Bradley.
That's it. Yeah.
And he first thing he said to me, he was like, "Oh, hi, Mike. I love The Wire. I loved you in The Wire."
Go ahead.
And I was like, wow, this dude coming from England. You know what I mean? It was like, The Wire changed a lot when it came to, he said, matter of fact, he told me, he said he had stopped watching American television until that came on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Until that came on.
Yeah. And after that, then HBO, then, all the production started getting into more, heavily scripted and character driven pieces, and everything, it just evolved. I mean, it's running amok now.
Amok. That's right. You know what, man? Please tell us about the Nomads. Now, if I'm not correct, Loving right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can just back to back anytime. Press when it goes off. Press replay. It's on Netflix. You can just go for it. Get your tissue out. Get your pride feeling out.
That's right.
So Lovings is Netflix right now, right?
Right.
And then Nomads. Please tell us about Nomads. And
Nomads is another true story.
And that's right behind you too, I think, right here.
Right there. There it is. Right there. All right. Nomads is another true story. Is back in the 1980s in Philadelphia when there were budget cuts and they combined a lot of high schools. So like they might have 3 high schools might be in one building now. You know what I mean? And Tika Sumpter's character was a teacher who implemented the idea of starting a rugby team to help get scholarships, because a lot of the guys that play football on all 3 schools couldn't play on one team now because there was just too many players. And she had some experience with rugby, and she came to. I played the principal. I ain't gonna tell too much. I'm Principal Wade, okay. And she came to me to try to see if I could implement the program through the school district for them. And so I'm instrumental with helping this whole program come out. So it's a really good, it's one almost like a Disney movie in the end. You know what I mean? It's one of them feel good movies, man. You love seeing it, man. It's really good.
Well, it's the Chris Mannness of it. So it's going to be that feel good, That's like somebody, Candace just said, I'll be getting my Netflix on.
Yeah, that one's on Amazon. That was on Amazon Prime. That one is.
So Lovings is Netflix. Amazon is Nomad.
Yeah.
And I know that you also give back in indie work. You are very influential and giving back to help directors who are coming up, to give to filmmakers who are coming up, man, especially in the city of brotherly love. I know that our brother, I'm so proud of my brother, Robert X. Golfin, man.
Oh yeah, that's my man.
Robert is a genius. Robert taught me so much. I had the blessing, I'm going to call it, to have Rob stay with us for about, so many times. He's family, but he
I know.
so much.
Yeah.
That side of it, and I've learned so much. And I'm an older cat that I always like to leave my gate open. You dig?
Gotcha.
I want to be able to talk to the younger crew, and that the younger crew learn from us.
There you go.
You give back in your work. You do indie work. First of all, much respect for that, brother. Much respect.
I appreciate it, man. Everybody needs a leg up. You never know. One day something might come along and somebody be like, "Well, let me give him that." You don't know. The universe works different ways, man. But I'm just giving back what I can. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you give till it hurts. You know what I mean? What do you mean?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, I've worked on a few projects, man, and going beyond, what I was expected to do for them. And, a lot of times you don't get a lot back from it, at all. You know what I mean?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they make you scratch your head like, wow, like I was, okay.
Right.
Imagine if it was a big production then, because this was really not, it was a smaller production, you know what I mean? So, but I can't even let that change my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that affect, how I think and everything else. It's just information.
There you go. Like you say, you put it in the layaway.
There you go. Yeah.
And the most that you planted that seed of positivity with that, you did your thing. Like you just gave to us, that was so perfect how you said, all we can do is feed into the universe. We can do is feed that, and whatever we get back, okay, but all we can do is feed into that positive.
Yeah. But like I said, that's what the universe does. It gives you back what you put in it. It gives you, trust me, right or good or bad, right or wrong, it just gives you back what you put in it. So you keep putting out negativity. Don't ask why you're getting hit upside the head. You know what I mean? Because you put it out there. You ask for it. You know what I mean?
Right. What can you say? Do you have a favorite role that you played? And then working with George Clooney, I mean, in that.
Oh, yeah.
Some people would jump right to that because
Michael. I mean, that was great, man.
What's your favorite, brother? Even if you have one, because you got so many. That's what I'm trying.
It's tough, man. I like each one because they're all unique. You know what I mean? All of them are different characters, and it's me being somebody else. You know what I mean? And so I enjoy that. I mean, to me, I guess it comes down to just the actual project itself, which one means the most, maybe to me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Okay, well, yeah, do that for us.
You know what I mean? And even that's getting tough now. You know what I mean? But I mean, loving, obviously. You know what I mean? Because it's a powerful piece, man, and it's hard to believe that in 1958, which wasn't that long ago, that's what was going on. You know what I mean? That's, matter of fact, they didn't win their Supreme Court case until I was born. Because it started before I was born. I was born before they actually won their case to get back in the state. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, that's
there. Yeah. Yeah, and if I remember correct, was I correct that was it your aunt or your grandmother, someone, the young lady, the lead role, the character, she was able to watch a video or something?
Oh, yeah.
I remember a conversation we had, but could you?
Yeah. Well, what happened was like when I first got the role, I have to put myself there. My grandmother's from North Carolina, and she's from North Carolina, and that whole side of my family, you know what I mean? So I know that whole thing. I know the whole feeling, but in order for me to put myself there, I recorded my grandmother before she passed for like 4 hours. I got videotape of her, and and I still have to do something with it because she got a story that's unbelievable, man. But what I did was, when I did book the role, I said, well, let me take a little excerpt from some of the video that I had, and I kept it on my phone. So I could hear her dialect and everything that was there, because it puts you in that place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I got to set, and after I met Ruth, and I was like, wow, I said, this might be, pretty cool for her, since she's playing a African-American woman in that place in Virginia. It's like, that's next door. Yeah, so I said, let me let her listen to this. So I showed it to her, and she said, oh my God, can you send it to me? So I emailed her that clip, and she used that in her preparation, getting ready to play Mildred. Yeah.
Right on. See, that's power, because that's real.
Yeah.
And which brings me to the thought, I know when I ask about what roles you look for or what means to do, but also, like, how do you prepare, brother? When you get a role or you get a script or you get a character, what preparations do you do? What is the Chris Mann theory of preparing for that role? What do you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I get the script, I mean, the first thing to do is just break it down. You know what I mean? Understand exactly what's going on in this scene. Because it's scene work. Each I don't care how big the movie is, it's all scene work. One scene at a time. Bam, 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 bam. You understand what's going on in this particular scene. Who are you in the scene? What is your relationship to everybody else in the scene? What do you want out of this moment that we're having? It is a moment that we're having. You know what I mean? So you understand who you are, what you want. Your background, who you are, learn the lines, get the lines down.
Yeah,
that way, because it has to be organic. You gotta be able to feel it without thinking about it. You know what I mean? So get the lines down, and then after you feel comfortable with the scene and everything that's going on, now you bring what's not on the page. Like, what things about my character that aren't there that I can bring that might make this a little more interesting.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm dropping this. This should be a course right here. I should be teaching
Come
this.
on, it's a master class. You don't know what positivity possible. Let me tell y'all something. As y'all send to me the emails when you say, we never know what we're going to get. And I love that, because even as your producers, me, Chris, Julie, and Wendy, we don't even know what we're going to get sometimes. We put it out. And then just the beauty and the spirit of the people that join us, like our brother Chris today, it turns into a master class in a lot of ways, and then thank you. That's that giving back as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Helena Titus asks, if you didn't have a body of work to speak for you, how do you approach entering acting now? If you didn't already have your body of work.
That's that's the uphill climb when you first getting in. I mean, nobody knows. You have to try to impress some casting directors. You got to get in front of as many as you can, so they can see what kind of work you have. Now things are easy. I mean, when we came through, man, we had mailings. We would send like 25 to 50 mailings a day, as you went, just to get stuff out. But now you got emails, you can get emails, you can send a whole package, you know what I mean, with a headshot, a cover letter, and everything. So if you can get that out to as many people as you can. Same thing with the agents. You got to do the same thing with the agents. You got to bombard somebody until somebody gets you in, or if you get a referral.
Gotcha.
But referrals are tricky too, because a lot of times, like with agents, a lot of times they won't even accept referrals from other actors. You know what I mean? They might take it from a producer or a director. You know what I mean? Because they feel if a director worked with you, then okay, you're on his level and he liked your work. That was fine. Another actor, they just feel like you're doing a favor for a friend who may not be able to cover the work. You know what I mean? So I don't, so you see what I'm saying?
Right on, man. Right. It's a method to the madness.
It is, man. It is.
Learning.
Yeah,
Brother Chris, let me tell you something, man. I know there is no way to condense your career into this time period that we have here. No way to do it. We could just spend a whole hour plus on just one of your movies.
That's true.
Right now, okay? And then your career itself, man. And we are just so thankful that you took your time today.
Man, it's my pleasure, man. I already know. I know this show. I've watched you, man. This is awesome, man. Seriously, man.
Thank you so much, man. And the people are loving it. I mean, when you have an opportunity to look back on this, man, you'll see the love in print,
man.
I
appreciate it in advance.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Netflix right now, Loving. That's right behind you is streaming now. And if you haven't seen it, you will see it again. That's the best way I can describe it. If you haven't seen it, you will see it again. And for those of us who have loved it over and over again, you know what I'm talking about. And also Nomads on Amazon. Right. Stream that one right there. Let's look at this body of work with our brother, our newest Positivity Posse member, Brother Chris. Is there anything you want to leave us with, brother, before we head out of here?
You know what, man? Just let your light shine, everybody. You know what I mean? Stay joyful. Keep your spirits up. I mean, it's a tough time that we're going through. It's unprecedented. Nobody knew we were going to see this last year. As a matter of fact, someone broke it down to me like this. We should be going into 2021 with 2020 vision. You know what I mean? We saw everything that was going on. We see the climate that we're living in and all the things that are going on. So now we got a clear picture of what we're really living in. You know what I mean? Know what it is. Now put your thoughts where you want to be. Not what don't focus on where you are, because you get that energy to that. So focus on where you want to be. Now you know which direction to keep your mind and your thoughts and move forward with clear vision. 2020 vision.
Come on. Hey, y'all heard it. That's it. I believe in color, man. Chris, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Yes, all right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Positivity Posse, that was another fantastic, energized wisdom of a show that was brought to us by our guest. the one and only Christopher Mann. And I see you lining up here as well. Yeah, Cassandra, yeah, much respect to you, Cassandra, for that vision, that feeling of entrepreneurship that you put in Brother Cardell, that I proudly wear. The 7 digits, 2 commas, but that frame of mind that he's giving not only his age group of under 30, of that mindset to do something positive with your life, with your wealth, with your that self-esteem emblem that he's projecting. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, follow it, www.7digits2commas.com, Cardell Rawlings on Instagram as well as Facebook. Everybody, thank you. Candace Woodson, thank you for being here. Happy birthday again to my baby sister, Julie McKnight, one of our co-producers. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do with this show. Everybody who lined up, Helena Titus, Patty Titus, everybody, Muito Obrigado, Brazil, Astrid over in France. The world turned out once again for this dose of positivity. And don't forget, follow Chris Mann on Facebook, Christopher Mann on Facebook, and Chris Mann Sr. at Instagram. He can be followed there as well. Well, we hate to do it, but we got to do it. We have to say goodbye. And we only have another 7 days that we're going to be together again, y'all. And my energy of positivity starts and continues again right now for next Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Pacific time and 4:00 East Coast time, where I always tell you what I tell you. You got to come back and get some of this positivity on you. You got to take a bath in it, take a shower in it, scuba dive in it, hell, skinny dip in it. But whatever you do, jump in that pool of positivity. And when you come out, sprinkle it on as many people as you can, because that's what it's all about. We love you, and we'll see you next time on the Victor Brooks Show Facebook Live Quarantine Series.